Apologies for being late there, Joe.
No, it's fine. I thought you were still asleep.
No, man, I've just because I have my dental procedure done today. I just got swamped with work, man, so I had to knock out a few things before going at it.
Copy. That's
Good
cool.
win for the Spurs last night, my man.
That it was, and attendance was our very own Spurnandez. Rick was there. I sent him some money yesterday for him and Myra so they could enjoy some drinks.
Nice.
Courtesy of the show. Yeah.
I noticed how you didn't do that with me, man. That's awesome.
You're good. You make enough money, bro.
Oh, come on, man! Like I don't like a free beer every once in a while.
Maybe I'll give you $5 next time. Yeah, but we had some news breaking out here too. I mean, we haven't really talked about it too much, but I think it's worth noting. Former Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy has a new home.
Pittsburgh Steelers, baby. They're putting the band back together.
Yeah. And then there was a lot of stuff, Spurs-related content, man, just going crazy here with, players, coaches, stats, tons of stuff. And then we have another thing to talk about here. Gervonta Davis, which is Tank Davis, boxer. He went ahead and they went ahead and arrested him yesterday after he had been on the run for what it seemed like 2 weeks now. 3-time champ got arrested. And we'll talk about the allegations. But then we have the Grammys coming up too on the weekend on Sunday. Where the dreams don't fade from the river walk nights to the Alamo shade. We rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210. Oh, it's the life that we chose.
We're rising together on a victory Thursday for San Antonio Spurs fans out there. How's it going? This is the Area 210 podcast powered by P.F. Chang's La Cantera and Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. My name is Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia in the 210. I'm in the 936 right now, but I will be in the 210 on Monday and Tuesday to do the show. How's everybody doing today? Spurnandez, man. Dude, all the Spurs do is win whenever he's in the house. I was with him in Dallas on opening night when the Spurs beat the living crap out of the Mavericks. He was at the Toyota Center yesterday as the Spurs beat up on the Houston Rockets. What a great second half for the Spurs. And it was funny because here's the thing about me at home. Chica doesn't like it when I have my cell phone out. So I see all the text messages flying in because we have a couple of group texts that we have with some of our listeners, right? Some of them are close friends. Some of them are listeners of the show. And it's a group text. And I can see you guys going off on there, just all pissed off about the Spurs and how Wemby is being like is playing like Wimpy Ganas and all of this stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, the Spurs are going to come back. Watch the Spurs come back. And the Spurs did. And I wasn't able to get on my phone and start texting you guys until after Chica fell asleep. But what a great second half of the Spurs last night. Mike Stradamus was in the house, Joe, because I said after everything was said and done yesterday, I said I was not feeling confident on the Spurs yesterday, but the Spurs would win if two things would happen. I said Wemby would have to go off for 26 and 13. And I said that Fox, Harper, and Castle would need to combine for 50 points. And guess what? Both things happened, Joe. Both things happened. Spurs got the victory, a big victory, because, you lose to a team like the Pelicans at home. It's kind of weird. It's like, well, that's one of the worst teams. Then you play the Rockets, who are going to be a playoff-bound team. The Spurs play down to competition. The Spurs play up to competition. But the Spurs got a victory that they needed for a variety of different reasons. It was getting too close there in the Western Conference standings between 2, 3, 4, and 5. It gets a little bit of distance there. You get a road victory. And beyond all that, Joe, seeing Castle lock down Kevin Durant in the second half was beautiful.
Yeah.
Watching Dylan Harper run this offense and get both feet inside the paint was beautiful. And
look at this is beautiful too.
Yeah. Joe Stradamus.
This is from one of our listeners. They said he's always right.
Yeah. The oracle of the Area 210 podcast there, Joe Garcia, also
Yeah.
known as Joe Stradamus. But
Hey, we
last
got
night's
some
game
incoming
was
super
great,
chats
man.
too, Mike, that we got
Already
to
coming in.
address. Already coming in. This one's for you,
Go ahead
Mike.
and read them off. Read them off.
This from Midtown, Texas. He says, "Buy Mike a beer. Thank you, sir.
That's right.
$5.
That's right.
You can't buy a beer for $5, but I appreciate it.
I
That with the
appreciate
$10
that.
one here from Sean Quintero. He says, shout out to his son Brandon. April 7th, he heads off for basic training. Congratulations,
wow.
Sean.
Congratulations to Brandon. That's amazing. We're gonna have, speaking of getting a beer, you gotta pour one out, because after the show, I will go from a 28 tooth man to a 27 tooth man, because I'm having a tooth extracted after the show. The one on the very, very, very far back that no one can see is going to be uprooted. And Chica's already giving me crap about it. She goes, Michael, it's going to hurt. Michael, it's going to hurt. You're going to be in so much pain. She's giving me so much crap. And by the way, Joe, last night was hysterical because I called you. Do we want to get in this conversation, Joe?
Oh, God. Yeah, you can.
Do we want to get in this conversation?
Jesus, man.
So Chica and I called you on speakerphone yesterday.
Yeah.
She usually comes home from work around 4:30 or 5 o'clock, right? It's about 4 in the afternoon. I'm not expecting her home for 30 minutes or so, and I decided that I was going to take a shower because I've had this toothache. It gives me a bad headache, and what makes me feel better is getting under the hot water, right?
Yeah.
So there it is. I'm in the shower. All that stuff. And what do, Joe? Every once in a while, I listen to our show, right?
Yeah.
We do a show. I want to critique me. I want to critique you. I want to critique Fernandez. I want to critique anybody who's on this show, and I want to know what went well, what went bad. I decided yesterday that I was going to listen to the show while in the shower, okay? Chica comes home 30, 45 minutes early and sees me toweling off, right? So, she's surprised because I usually shower in the morning or the evening, right? Or both, actually. So she's weird. She's got weirded out by seeing me basically naked, listening to Joe's voice. Because, Joe, you were going off on a 2 or 3 minute rant on something. God, and she just looks at me and she goes, "Are you naked while watching Joe talk?"
Got to make it weird, Mike. And Chica's laughing, too, telling me this. I'm just like, what's going on, man?
Very nice, man. What's it called? Fake Killer says, dentists are such a scam. Why take off the tooth if it's not bothering you? It is bothering me. It is painful. So I'm in pain right now. FYI, I've been muscling this out for about 2 weeks or so, and it got to the point where I was like, man, there's something wrong. And it turns out I have a chipped tooth. I bit something or something happened over the years, and it has nothing to do with the gums. My gums are healthy, all that stuff. It's just I chipped it. And because I chipped it, anything hot or cold hurts. Cold weather, just walking outside hurts because I breathe it in and it sucks. I turn into Peter Griffin. But man, last night, Spurs game, tale of two halves. Yeah. First quarter, the Rockets could not miss. They were making bucket after bucket after bucket. And it's weird because, you see the Spurs go down by double digits in the first quarter, and you think to yourselves, well, they're playing poorly. And it wasn't that they were playing poorly. It's just every shot was going in for the Rockets, right? It was one of those quarters. Second quarter, though, it was very important for the Spurs to cut that lead to single digits going into the second half. They went on a little run there to end the second quarter, and then comes the second half, and you see certain players kind of blossom and develop before our eyes. We saw Stephon Castle just turn it up defensively. And I don't want to say Charles Barkley after the game was going off and saying that people fed off of that. I don't know if it was that, but you bit off the head of the snake. The head of the snake is Kevin Durant. Şengün goes down with an ankle injury for a little while. Spurs took advantage. And what I liked about it, Joe, what have we been arguing and debating about for the longest time when it comes to it all? Make sure that if there are certain players that are hot, you keep them in the game. And Dylan Harper was hot. And he wasn't hot where he was making every bucket, although it seemed like it. He was hot in the sense that the offense was humming when he was out there. And did you notice, Joe, that there were there were guard rotations out there where it was Harper and Fox, and was Fox point guard? He wasn't, man. They had Harper running the point, and even when they put Fox back in the game, He was playing off guard while Harper was running the offense and taking it to the hole. And it's an
Yeah.
interesting development that you saw there. And the Spurs, extended the lead when Wemby was off the floor, which is weird because last year, remember, Wemby goes off the floor, they suck. Spurs are somehow playing a little bit better when Wemby's off the court. He comes in and finished the game. But Wemby with a big game last night.
Look
You
at
saw
that dunk, though, Mike.
28, 16, and 5. I know.
You saw that dunk on Thompson?
Yeah.
A little revanche there because he went ahead and had a posterizing dunk on Luke Cornett. Luke Cornett got caught in no man's land.
Yeah.
And he got posterized. But, this is a good performance by the Spurs. And look at that. Alien, Mira Wemby. 28 points, 16 rebounds, 5 blocks.
It was interesting seeing Castle, who is 4 or 5 inches shorter than Kevin Durant, body him up. And the way that smaller guards take away the leverage that Wemby has on the court, Castle was doing the exact same thing to Kevin Durant. And it was nice after the game watching Inside the NBA, watching Kenny, Shaq, and Charles Barkley talk after the game. I'm not a big fan of it because they don't talk about the game. They actually stuck to the script, Joe. They actually talked about the game. And two of the players that they were talking so highly about were Castle and Harper. They were saying Harper may not be like his dad yet, but he's getting there. And then you talk about Castle being able to clamp down defensively. Kevin Durant with just 24 points last night. Şengün with 18 and 10. Amen Thompson with 25. Decent numbers out there, but no one went off. No one went off. And then the Spurs were able to clamp down on Reed Shepherd. He didn't get the crowd going. Spurs got, the one bad part about the Spurs last night, couldn't hit a three-pointer to save their life. Under 25% for the night. But
it was horrible.
Did they chunk up 50 of them? No. See, okay. So if you're going to shoot a bad percentage of threes, I guess that's going to be okay as long as you don't shoot so many of them. They had that one game recently against the Rockets where they shot 50 attempts and were less than 30% for the game. Spurs go out there yesterday, shoot poorly from three, but it was a manageable amount of shots going up there. No one could make a three yesterday for the Spurs.
Okay, we do have an incoming super chat too from Mario Cavazos. Thank you, Mario.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
And he says, let's have an old man grito for Mike's tooth, a.k.a. Jeremy Sohan, to be get gone. He goes, ole, 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 stupid. We'll do the old man grito, he said. Or what did he say? The old man grito? Or was it the old man?
The old man at the Market Square.
Old man at Market Square grito. All right, we'll do that one. The OG one.
Presumir a mis amigos les conté que en el amor.
Oh, thank you so much for that. I told Chica earlier this morning that I'm going to be the sexiest man with 27 teeth at the end of the night. But hey, lots of comments coming in right now about Dylan Harper. 7173 Alex asked the question about an apology form for Dylan Harper. I didn't realize that apology forms were needed for Dylan Harper. I know he struggled in the month of January. He kind of hit the rookie wall. But we all believed in him, right? We all believed that he was going to be something. Now, whether he's going to be an 8-time All-Star, a 2-time All-Star, or just a really good player, we don't know. But we know that he's talented, that he's 19 years old. His dad, Ron Harper, 5-time champion, defending his son on Twitter last night to those who are saying that Harper's inconsistent. He goes, the dude's 19. He'll be okay. He'll be fine. But it was nice to see the Spurs come together. God, if they just had some three-point shooting, that team would be elite.
You think that's the missing piece?
By far it is, Joe. And the missing piece that we're not going to get is Giannis Antetokounmpo, because the Spurs reportedly yesterday made it be known that they're not in the Giannis sweepstakes. And really, it's the Golden State Warriors and the Warriors alone who are in the Giannis sweepstakes right now. But, man, Spurs held down Şengün. Şengün was 0 for 8 in the fourth quarter. Maybe he rolled his ankle at some point. The weird part of the game was in the third quarter when Luke Cornett got lack of a better term. Do I want to use the term, Joe? I mean,
Teabagged.
yeah. I mean, I was going to say that phrase. That's essentially what happened, Joe.
Yeah,
And it
I got
resulted in
video of it.
it resulted in a double technical, which was weird because what exactly did Luke Cornett do to deserve a technical in this particular
To have
situation
somebody's junk on his head, like, come on, man.
for like 5 full seconds, Joe?
And he knew
Like
what
the
he was doing,
he
Mike, the
did, and
opposing player.
Dylan Brooks
Come
no longer
on.
plays for them. They need to have a Dylan Brooks kind of guy, and you have all
Let's
these
show it.
people say
Let's
he's an
show it.
enforcer.
Let's show the video. And there we go.
Down by Şengün.
Come on,
You're
man.
going to see Tari make absolutely no effort to get off the top. And Cornette obviously got.
Of
Yeah,
course
Tari-
he's gonna take issue with that, dude. You want some guy's junk on your head? No.
Yeah, courtesy of
No.
ESPN last night. Yeah, Tari Eason, an LSU Tiger, refusing to get off the head of Luke Cornett, which doesn't clown Luke Cornett. It makes Tari Eason look like a cochino, is what it does. It makes Tari Eason look a little bit sus. But here's the thing: Spurs going off and getting that victory yesterday. Stefan Castle lighting it up yesterday as far as being able to bring things down defensively, clamping down on Kevin Garnett, Kevin Durant. It was a fun game to watch, man. It was a fun game to watch. And the Spurs are that one team that any given day can beat you. That's the frustrating thing as a Spurs fan is you see them lose to the Jazz, you see them lose to the Trailblazers, you see them lose to teams like Minnesota, but then they go off and they beat the living crap out of the Rockets on the road. They go off and they beat Denver on the road. They go off and they beat Oklahoma City on the road.
You know what?
It's
That's
a
what they were
Jekyll and
talking
Hyde
about.
team.
They were talking about that on that NBA, Inside the NBA yesterday. I think it was Chuck or somebody. Chuck usually is the one with the stupid takes anyway. And he's saying, you just watch. The Spurs are going to have trouble against the likes of the Denver Nuggets, and they're going to play physical. And you watch, they're going to have the Joker's going to be all over them, and they're going to occupy Wemby. And it's like the team is more than Wemby. Wemby does help them win. Don't get me wrong. When he's able to suck in the defense and he's able to go off and have a great fourth quarter, like he did here, third quarter. But the thing is that you have to have other people contribute. When Dylan Harper is playing the way he is, when you have Stephon Castle locking down your star players like Kevin Durant, that bodes well for the team. That means that what happened yesterday, they let their nuts drop. We saw El Wembeazo, not Wimpy Ganas. And as long as we can see El Wembeazo come out there and have these great quarters, go out there and have these 5 blocks, have a positive impact on the team, especially in that second half, everybody feeds off of that. And lo and behold, they all started playing tough.
Mm-hmm.
We need more of that. And Wemby needs to get used to getting bullied. Teams are going to do that. How do they combat his length? You body him. You go up there and you put 3 guys on him. You bully him. You push him around. You beat him up. And he's going to have to get used to playing that way. He's going to have to do something to go ahead and combat that. Knock down shots.
Well, I enjoyed Inside the NBA yesterday. Antonio Ronaldo was saying that they were on point last night on our chat, powered by PF Chang's La Cantera. They were on point last night because they were on topic. Okay, that's the problem with Inside the NBA. They don't go on topic. When they were speaking about the game, it actually appeared as though they watched the game. But I thought the greatest point that was made yesterday was by Charles Barkley, who said, and he emphasized that sometimes whenever you're playing bully ball against somebody, that's all you've got. That they realize that they can't go up with you toe to toe because either you're too talented, you're too tall, you're too fast, you're too whatever. So you do certain things that are not necessarily sports related, if you will, to make it happen. He goes, of course they're bullying Wemby. They have no other way to stop him. If they don't bully him, he's just going to dominate.
Yeah.
So they bully to the point to say, okay, either to make it where Wemby is uncomfortable. I mean, there was a one point in the game yesterday, fourth quarter, Wemby goes to the free throw line. He had a blood streak on his arm. And after the game was talking about the fact, he goes, I don't have enough room on my body for scars anymore. So it's weird that the NBA is allowing players to body up Wemby, when they baby the living crap out of LeBron, they baby the living crap out of SGA and out of a lot of the superstars out there, Giannis, for some reason, they allow Wemby to be beaten up because he doesn't have the size, I guess, to command that respect. But Wemby yesterday, he was good on both sides of the court. He got the rebounds, he got the boards. He was somebody who you could count on offensively. Could you count on his three? No, nobody shot well from three yesterday for the Spurs. There was a 3-point attempt yesterday where Fox went for a 3-pointer and it hit the side of the backboard. Not like he shot from the front, from the top of the key, and it went off to the right. Like me at Papa shot.
Didn't even touch rim, backboard, nothing.
And it was 7 inches below the rim. So you hit the bottom of the rim, 6 inches away from the rim. It was so ugly of a shot. You know
I knew you were going to point that out.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, what the hell was that?
He was at not the top of the three. He was kind of off to the left side. He caught the ball.
But he got it to the right side of the backboard. Like, he overshot the rim.
He overshot everything. I was looking. I'm like, okay, what the hell was that? There was some bad shooting from beyond the arc last night. And it's like, at some point, I think the Spurs finally wised up and they said, Mike, you know what? Let's stop shooting threes and let's play some real basketball. We might be able to win this thing.
Let's mid-range jumper this thing. Because look from three yesterday. Harrison Barnes, 1 for 2. Champagny, 0 for 3. Wemby, 0 for 3. Keldon, 1 for 4. Devin Vassell, 1 for 5. Harper, 0 for 2. De'Aaron Fox, 2 for 5. Castle, 1 for 2. Collectively, 6 for 26. 23%, Joe. But again, the game in which they lost, where they blew that lead last week in Houston, they shot 53-point attempts. At least this time they shot just 26, because you look at, they shot 54% from the field because their twos were going down. Why? Because the Spurs dominated the paint. So it's weird for a team that is considered to be wimpy, that is considered to be soft, to dominate the paint the way that they did.
They let the nuts drop, Mike. They got tired of getting beat up.
Points in the paint, Joe. 72-48, Joe.
They said,
a team that has Durant,
be aggressive,
Şengün, Jabari Smith, that has a lot of tall players out there. Tari Eason, Capella, all those guys. Guess what? Spurs dominate the paint. And what was it because they were banging bodies? Was it because Wemby was going off? No, it was because Harper was continuously getting into the lane and getting easy layups. There was one layup that Harper did yesterday where Kevin Durant had his lips, was licking his chops there, going to come in for a swipe from behind, right? We see this block all the time. Wemby does the block all the time as well. Whenever you have a point guard go through, making the way for a layup, left side of the rim, just swat that. Harper sneaks on through. The rookie senses, did not see it, but senses that Durant is behind him, going to go for the block, goes to the left side of the rim, moves it on over to the right off the glass. And the people calling the game, and then Kenny after the game on Inside the NBA was saying, that's a veteran move right there. You use the rim as protection from a defender. But a lot of point guards blow by thinking that they got it easy to the hoop, not knowing that a 6'10", 6'11", 7-foot guy behind you is going to come swipe it. Harper fooled Durant on that play, and it just shows how much IQ he has when he's got it going. Yes, he's inconsistent. Yes, he's a rookie who hit the rookie wall, but the flashes are there. Not the flashes of like, oh my God, Primo showed flashes that 1 year. No. Harper, if he could put it together for 82 games, would be a special player. Will be a very, very special player. Yeah. Greg Casanuela on our chat saying Harper is the new Manu. Okay, interesting point. Because sometimes Manu would handle the offense, right?
Yeah.
But the Spurs offense hums differently when Harper is out there. Joe, what was the plus minus for Dylan Harper last night?
Oh, man, I was going to show you the plus minus for the whole team. I was very proud of them. Very proud of them. It was a tale of two halves. In the first half, Mike, this was nothing but minuses across the board.
Yep. Keldon Johnson, Dylan Harper, both with plus 18. By the way, the game last week in which the Spurs blew that 16-point lead in Houston last week, Dylan Harper was plus 18 in that game too. What does that tell you? It tells you that against that team, he has figured them out. And I give it to Mitch Johnson for learning from past mistakes by saying, okay, these are the guys that are hot. We've demanded this of him on the Area 210 podcast, that if Harper's hot, if Keldon's hot, if Cornette's hot, guess what? You keep them in the game. If Champagne is hot, you keep them in the game. And if they're not feeling it, you pull them out. Look at last night. Look at the minutes played. We got a little something from Harrison Barnes. 4 for 6. Did he light it up? No. But when he shot it, they were going in. He was 1 for 2 from 3. What do we see? We saw De'Aaron Fox shoot 11 attempts. Castle, 12 attempts. Harper, 11. Keldon, 15. Wemby, 15. It was a balanced offensive attack. And when you saw Devin Vassell, who was not feeling it yesterday, just 5 points, did he shoot like crazy? No, he deferred. He wasn't feeling it. I mean, Vassell played 22 minutes and shot the ball 7 times. How often do we see that?
Yeah.
You know, this was a very, very good win for the team. It gets me excited. And what I like about the Spurs right now is that the Spurs have some winnable games. Off today, off tomorrow. Kind of weird, Joe. The Spurs have 2 games this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. Both of them early tip-offs.
Guess who will be in attendance on Sunday's game to watch Greg beat the drum out there?
Nice.
Me. I'll be out there against the Magic, courtesy of our friend here, Rick Spernandes.
Yeah.
He went ahead and gifted me his tickets. I'm going to be out there in attendance with LG. Me and DJ LG will be out there watching the damn game.
I'm going to see if I can make my way out there for that game because I'm going to be coming into town over the weekend. But looking at Saturday, the Spurs have a winnable game against the Charlotte Hornets. The Hornets are 20-28. It's going to be a 2 p.m. tip-off. You want to watch that game, you got to get someone's passcode because it's on Amazon Prime.
Not for the poors. They can't afford the $8 or whatever it is. Come on, man. Send me a link. Shut up, man. They act like we're Google. What channel is the game on? I don't know. You got a phone. Google it. Like, damn, that's stupid, dude. Pisses me off every time I see that. I can't afford it. Send me a link. Man, shut up. Your bar tab's more than $16. Be quiet.
Google it, man. Google it is this generation's version of MapQuest it. You don't know where it is? Just go MapQuest it, baby. You know, it's funny that people are like, oh my God, if you're playing with your radio, for example, while driving, your mind is not all there, right? What's that word that they use for drivers that are not paying attention? Anyway,
distracted
driving, right? Dude, back in the day, we used to drive with a full-on map down the freeway, right? MapQuest with a full-on map with an atlas. Remember those road atlas books you used to get at Exxon back in the day?
Yeah.
Back in the day. Spurs, Joe, 32-15 on the year. We're creeping up on the total wins from last year, which was what, 34 last year? Something like that. We're going to get there before the rodeo road trip.
Look at what Joy-Con Drift King says. You're going to go to the game on Sunday. Mike's going to sit with the Jackals drinking the Kool-Aid. Yep, showing his belly.
Ole, 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 ole. I'm like, stupid.
No, bro. No, you are not. You're going to be like wearing a Jackal shirt. They're going to put you in costume and everything. You're going to be chanting with them. I'm like, no, Miss Mike. I'm not going to go over there. Why am I going to go take pictures with them, sing with them, and chant with them? I'll be singing. Ole, 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 stupid. No, man, come on, Mike.
You're not going to show your belly, Joe?
No, why, dude? They just dudes, man. I'm happy that they're having a good time. They're doing what they're doing. Good for them, man. Good for them. The crowd loves them. Good for them. I'm just gonna be sitting down watching the game. I can go over there chanting, bro. No.
I mean, I enjoyed them when they were on the road, Joe. When they were on the road, pissing off people from all over Houston, that made me smile, Joe. Made me smile. Hey, I'm looking at the odds for the Defensive Player of the Year on FanDuel. Remember when Wemby started the season? Wemby was the heavy favorite. Then he got hurt and missed like 13 games. You have to play 65 for it to count, right? Wemby's odds went to like 6-1, right? Because Chet Holmgren was going to be the prohibitive favorite at that point. Well, now that Wemby has been racking up these games played, Joe, second at -1 at plus 170, Joe. The odds are shrinking. Holmgren's still number one, but his odds are coming down, and Wemby's odds are coming up. And Wemby getting 5 blocks last night's game. Rudy Gobert is third for that. When it comes to Rookie of the Year, Dylan Harper is nowhere to be found. Cooper Flagg is the favorite by far. Con Knipple, second. It's a two-man race for that. VJ Edgecombe is third. Derek Queen is fourth. Cedric Howard is fifth. Jeremiah Fears of New Orleans is sixth. And there is Dylan Harper. If you bet Dylan Harper $100 that he's going to win the Rookie of the Year and he wins it, you'd win $5,000. So that's really, really difficult. I want to see Sixth Man of the Year, Joe. Did you know that the Sixth Man of the Year award right now, that Keldon Johnson has the second best odds as of right now?
Wow.
At plus 400. Naz Reid at plus 240. There's not one favorite when it comes to it all. Obviously you have a favorite, but there's not one big favorite. But Keldon Johnson making his way there at number 2. And when it comes to Coach of the Year, Joe, JB Bickerstaff is the favorite for the Pistons at number 1. But the fourth best odds, Joe, at plus 650 is San Antonio Spurs' own Mitch Johnson.
You know what also is a good stat here that I saw? Just browsing the X this morning, looking for stuff that we can talk about here on the show. This is a stat that I got off of Stat Defender, right? They had posted this out there. And it's showing best field goal percentage among guards in the 2025-2026 NBA regular season. Minimum 200 games or 200 minutes played, total field goals attempted, I guess. Minimum 200 total field goals attempted, should I say. Number 1 on the list. Look at who it says there. Keldon Johnson. 55.5%. And why is that, Mike? Because a lot of his shots come in where? Inside the paint.
Oh, he's underneath the basket.
You know?
There was one bucket that Keldon made last night where he got blocked and then he put it back in. And I swear the ball going off the glass was fired like a bullet. Like he just rammed that ball into the hoop. Like he banked that shot with authority.
And look at what they're saying. JHNSB says, read number 3. Look at who it is, Mike. Trey Jones.
Ole, ole, ole. Trey Jones. Trey Jones. That's funny, man.
I just thought this was a cool stat to share with the people, man. Just letting them know, look, man, Keldon Johnson, he's been really good this season. You know, he knows his role. He has his role. He stepped into it, and he's been helping the team, win out there, especially like last night. The only reason that the Spurs were able to climb back into the game was because of the play of the bench. The bench unit really brought this team back into the game, cut into the lead, and then, Mitch Johnson did something that he should have been doing all along. Like you said, he played the hot hand. He says, you know what?
He's heating up.
He's heating up. Let me go ahead and leave him out there.
Or as Sam Selena says about Keldon Johnson, that he likes it. Awesome for him. Thriving and throbbing, as he says, in his natural team role. Kenny Smith bringing up an interesting question yesterday because we talked about this last week. It's funny how you and I have a conversation and suddenly the national media brings it up 5 or 6 days later. It's funny how you and I have a conversation and local sports talk radio starts talking about it a couple days later. I find it funny that we're Joe Stradamus and his sidekick, Mike Stradamus.
Oh, we see it on, we hear it on Locked On Spurs too.
that is true. So the question became, do the Spurs deserve a second All-Star? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, the new rules are that there's 8 members that are going to be, it used to be Western Conference against Eastern Conference, but now it's the U.S. against International. But I believe the International is going to be just 8 players, and the U.S. is going to be 16 players.
No.
And because of that, you got to fill the roster. The Spurs have the second best record in the league. Usually, if you have a top 1 or top 2, you have at least 2 All-Stars. Problem is the Spurs have marginal All-Stars when it comes to it all, because They were, as Kenny Smith was mentioning yesterday. You can name Stephon Castle an All-Star. He was Rookie of the Year last year. You can name De'Aaron Fox an All-Star, but they're not the All-Stars in the sense that they're lighting it up for 25 points per game and they're bringing the stats. You're giving them an All-Star bid because they happen to be the second best player on the second best team in the Western Conference.
What about this stat right here that I'm showing you on screen? Again, courtesy of Stat Defender. And they're showing Stephon Castle's career defensive field goal shooting percentage versus all-star caliber players.
That's crazy.
Look at what he's been able to do.
Yeah, so they have him listed at, let me see here. Donovan Mitchell's number 1, followed by Luka Doncic, Devin Booker, SGA, Jalen Williams, LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards. I don't see I don't see where they have him listed, but they're giving him props there. The points per game there. Castle, it's weird because Castle doesn't defend the quick guards very well. Like, I don't want Castle on Cade Cunningham. I don't want Castle on Jalen Brunson. I don't want Castle on a guard like that. He plays better against people with size, people that are his height, people that are a little bit taller.
It seems like he plays better against better caliber players like Kevin Durant. What did he do? He locked him up.
Yes. So
he plays up to the talent.
Yes. Tony now is coming out on our chat saying that Mike wins the best Chunkla award. Comes in third with clickbait. Hand of a fist says he wouldn't mind seeing Castle or Fox in the All-Star game. Who would deserve it more, Castle or Fox? I would say Castle.
Tough one.
I would say the NBA would want to have Castle for a variety of different reasons. One, that draft class sucked. That's going to go down as one of the worst draft classes of all time. So it props up that draft class. Second thing that it does is he was Rookie of the Year last year. You're bringing him on up, and then because he was in the slam dunk competition and should have won it last year, he's been part of All-Star Weekend. If they're going to add a second Spur as an All-Star, I bet you it's Stephon Castle. And he lit it up on ESPN yesterday. He's making a last-ditch effort, a last-minute bid for it all. Because, again, the rules are different as to how they're adding these All-Stars out there.
And what did Victor Wembanyama have to say about Stephon Castle guarding Sengun and Kevin Durant effectively? Look at what this little tweet says here. This is courtesy of Jared Weiss. He posted this on the X.
Yeah, he says that's his work, that he can shut down guys like he did tonight every game. I'm so glad for him that we got him in the draft. It's amazing. That's Wemby talking about Stephon Castle. It's Castle and Harper. When they have it going on, they're special players. The problem is, again, it's the consistency, and you hope that they get that going over time. We look at players like Sohan or Carter Bryant, and we hope that they develop some sort of game. We know that Harper has game. We know that Castle has game. It's just, can they do it night in, night out for 82 games? That's the main difference of it all. Now, the Spurs reportedly out of the Giannis trade rumors, right? Out of the mix. Giannis Antetokounmpo apparently is going to be out of Milwaukee, and good for him. You know, it's the latter part of his career, the back nine of his career. He has a calf strain. It's going to be out for like a month or so. So if someone does trade for him in February, trade deadline's next week on February 5th. If someone does trade for him, they're going to be without him for about 3 or 4 weeks at least. The guy has damaged his calf repeatedly. I believe this is his 4th calf strain over the last few years or so. He's damaged goods, Joe. You know, you're hoping to get the best of 50 games out of him, but he is a superstar when he's out there playing.
Pero no que you wanted him on the team, Mike. I remember those days. You wanted to get him. Let's trade for Giannis. Let's trade for Giannis. You know what? You get the damn Chunkla now.
You come on, man.
Flip-flopping again.
Let's asking a question on our chat. Be honest, he asked. Were the Spurs ever really in the Giannis sweepstakes? I think you kick the tires to see what's there. But you want to know what do these players want? I think the problem that you have with the Giannis sweepstakes is it's kind of like the trade for Herschel Walker that the Minnesota Vikings did with the Cowboys, where it elevated it elevated one team and it lowered the other.
Yeah.
Recently, we saw that trade for Mikal Bridges that didn't do well. Most recently, you saw the amount of draft capital and the amount of player capital that was sent to Oklahoma City for Paul George. Paul George was traded. Oklahoma City got all these picks, which they still haven't used all of them yet. And they got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander out of it, who is an MVP candidate year in and year out. They got a title because of it. So when it comes to trading for an older superstar, Kawhi Leonard, you see what happened with that trade as well when it came for the Spurs to Toronto. The days of, I think teams have wisened up about the days of like just giving everybody everything.
Yeah, emptying the war chest, for
Emptying
one
the war
player.
chest.
Yeah.
Like if we were to go after Giannis and it was to cost us a Castle or a Harper, I would have been okay with it. But it's if they wanted both. That's too much. You want both in picks, that's too much. Trades right now can ruin a franchise. You saw what happened in Dallas when they traded Doncic for Anthony Davis. Now that Anthony Davis is on the trade block less than a year later.
And always hurt.
And
what are you going to get for him, really?
And always hurt. So I understand why Golden State is the front runner. Golden State has a potential to offer 4 first-round draft picks because they own every single draft pick that they have, first rounders that they have. So they can offer 4. Them's the rules, and they can offer swaps. And then you have to match salary along the way. I understand why Golden State wants to do that because we're in the final years of Steph Curry's career. And they want to see if they can make one last run at it, give Steph Curry someone to play with. I get that. But every other team out there, for the Spurs to make a run at Giannis, for the Spurs to offer 4 first-rounders, Castle, Harper, and, salary filler, does not make sense. It's not. If Giannis was 28 years old and was a superstar and was healthy, you empty the war chest.
Not anymore, man.
Not anymore. JNHB saying thoughts on Kawhi having one of his best seasons ever. He's going to be an all-star this year. We'll see how long that lasts.
It's like this, Mike. Good for him. He's having the best season, one of the best seasons he's ever had. Good for the dude, But am I going to be ecstatic over the moon for him and singing his praises? No. But good for him that he's doing good. But you know what happens with the Clippers, and we've all seen this before. They look good going into the postseason, and then they just wet the bed. They just can't seem to get to the finals, man. You've seen them even implode when they had a 3-0 lead in the playoffs, and what happens? They wind up losing.
Yeah.
Let the other team come back. It's like they just can't close the door on that chapter, man.
Kawhi is like that ex-wife that you hate, but you had a kid with, and you love that kid.
She's thriving. Her career's taking off.
Our kid's the 2014 NBA Finals, man. We got that chip.
Good for Kawhi, but am I going to be like Spurs simps? Once a Spur, always a Spur. I'm so happy for him. Look at him, mira. No, shut up, man. You don't hear him doing that with Kawhi, right? They only do that with Derek White and the other players that they get enamored with. Kawhi's a snake, man. They're not going to do that for him. But, if you're going to be a Spurs simp, you might as well do the same thing with Kawhi. Once a Spur, always a Spurs. No mames, bro. I want to hit him with the chancla every time I see that post.
Yeah, there was a big debate yesterday on Spurs Twitter as to who failed Jeremy Sohan. Did Jeremy Sohan fail himself, or did the Spurs fail Jeremy Sohan? Our good friend John Dyer, who goes by Spurs and Salsa, has been on the show several times before, was arguing that the Spurs failed him, that it was Pop that set him up for failure. And I've said that before, that the Pop set him up for failure. But at what point is it that he sucked? At what point is it that he didn't develop?
You got exposed this season, Mike, when you have Carter Bryant out there, and you have other players out there, and you have the younger crew looking better and playing defense too. Harper, you have Castle out there, they're looking good. They're playing better defense. And then you have Jeremy Sohan comes in here once in a while, plays a couple minutes, looks good for a game or so, and then digresses again. He's just fallen out of favor, I think, because Mitch knows, man. There's just not a lot of minutes, and right now, he's just not a good fit at the end of the day. And by the Spurs letting him, shop himself around the league, what does that tell you, Mike? They're giving them
Yeah.
the blessing because you know what? They know he don't fit here.
Well, that's a nice way of saying we like you personally. See if you can go find yourself a good home,
Yeah,
as opposed to them shipping him off to
purgatory.
to Charlotte, to New
Yeah.
Orleans, where he's not going to get any opportunity. It's basically they basically told Jeremy Sohan, you can enter the transfer portal.
They told him in a nice way, go get your shine box. You know what? We'll let you walk out with grace and dignity. We're not going to have you escorted out by security.
I tweeted that. But can you give us your key card?
Yeah, on the way out. Leave it at
We'll-
the desk.
We'll buzz you in from here on out in case your
God.
privileges at Spurs Club have been revoked. That's what they did for him, dude. That's what they did. But it's funny because there he was looking like a highlighter. We wanted highlights from that guy. Instead, we got a guy who looked like a highlighter. Pink hair. Get out of here, man.
Look what they said.
Waste of a pick.
Somebody, JHNSB said, Mike Taylor said, Sohan was going to be our Bruce Bowen.
Yeah, man. Mike Taylor with a hater raid yesterday on Spurs Twitter last night. Did you see
I
that?
saw that, man. Yeah,
Saying
I
the
saw
Spurs
him.
were going to be a quick out in the playoffs because we're soft and all that stuff.
Okay,
And
well then
the
don't
Spurs
go to
come
the
back
game.
win.
Don't
Who's
go to the
Spurs come
game
back to
then. I don't want to see him at the game out there. Oh, go Spurs, go! Wearing my Fiesta colored shirt and all that. Yeah. I'm gonna go honking down Commerce. You're gonna talk your crap. Stand on business. Stand on business. Don't go then. Don't go to the game. We don't want you there.
Yeah. Hey, so speaking of their show, because we're good friends with him. Mike Taylor's
Yeah.
a great guy. Rudy J, I love Rudy J. I miss Rudy J. I sent him a text the other day, and we were laughing about something the other day. I sent him a text about his podcast. I said, man, I caught a piece of your podcast, and you were cracking me up. There was a Rudy J take that I saw the other day that made me laugh. I got to get your impression on it. It was about the Cowboys.
No God.
He was saying the Cowboys need to free Dak Prescott. That they just like free Dak Prescott so that he could go find a winner like DeMarcus Lawrence did. Like DeMarcus Lawrence left the Cowboys, left their defense after a decade with the team, and said, "I'm leaving because I want to go win a Super Bowl, and I know I can't win it here.
You know
So
what?
let me go win." And he's playing for the Super Bowl for the Seattle Seahawks. Rudy J coming out and saying the Cowboys need to do the same thing for Dak Prescott. Free Dak
You
Prescott.
know what
so
I
he
would
can
tell
win.
Rudy J?
Yeah.
You want your Bears to win the Super Bowl? Get Dakota Rain Prescott as your
Exactly.
QB1.
No. They play outdoors, Joe. They play outdoors.
He ain't an outdoor dog.
Yeah, an outdoor dog.
What do you say at the end of the day? They're animals. Yeah, you say about your dogs that you bring the dogs in. It was raining outside. Torrential downpour, tornado come through. No, they're fine. They're animals. I'm like, Mike.
When I said that, I'll never forget that because I say things partially heartfelt and partially I'm just tongue in cheek. I had people from the sales department at that station walk up to the glass windows, and the glass walls were like floor to ceiling all the way through, like 20 feet of window. And they're just looking just at me like I was an ass. They just like they were appalled. And Minix is there going, and I just kept going with it, dude. It was they're animals, baby. They're family members. No, they're animals. I mean, it's nice to have pets. I love my pets. But at the end of the day, guess what? If it's raining outside, they're gonna be fine. They're animals. What's it called? But I did have them all warmed up. I wasn't going to have them outside, although I do have my black lab that I rescued from the Montgomery County Humane Society. It was about to be put down like that Friday.
You know what?
Put down.
I
That
wanna-
black
I wanna-
lab
I'm-
loves the cold weather.
Why didn't you just bring Duncan with you? There was a lab too.
No, Duncan was a husky.
No, the other one, Cody.
Oh, that was a golden retriever.
Yeah, you could have brought him there.
No, we found them good homes. They didn't get like offed or anything like that. We found them good homes.
They didn't get
Uh,
off. You didn't take them for a walk. Their
yeah,
last walk.
yeah, no, they got good homes.
Oh God.
One went to a shelter for huskies. The Duncan
Yeah.
went to a shelter specifically for huskies. They raise huskies. Um, but here's the thing, man. Chica likes the house a certain way. She likes certain animals. It was kind of like they had to be sacrificed in order for me to live the life of love that I wanted to live.
You know
Uh,
what? Speaking of sacrifice, this is what Wemby's gonna have to learn how to do because I wanted to play this, man. I've been dying to share this with you. And this is Kevin Durant talking about Wemby
yeah.
after the game. After the Spurs beat the Rockets.
They just started all out double teaming after a point, triple teaming sometimes. I mean, they're not gonna get to the shot. They're not gonna test all they want, but they gonna just try to deny not letting me catch the ball. That's simple. And if I do catch the ball, they send 2 or 3 people, and that's what Wemby's getting right now. But I think he's getting to the spot. He had 15 free throws, 28, 16. I mean, his jump shot's getting better. His instincts to the game is getting better. His fundamentals getting better. So for the rest of his career, man, he's gonna be guarded physical defense and with 2 or 3 guys. That's just the name of the game.
So that's what he's saying. For the rest of his life, he's gonna be guarded physically, and there's gonna be 2 or 3 guys on him. So he's just gonna have to get used to that kind of play,
He should know because wouldn't you say that Kevin Durant is basically the model for Victor Wembanyama? Wemby
Yeah.
is 6 inches taller than him, but Wemby wants to be Durant. He doesn't want to be Duncan. He doesn't want to be David Robinson.
He wants to be El Wembeyazo.
He
El
wants to,
Wembeyazo.
he wants to have that 3-point shot, man. It is what it is. Let's give some love, baby, to our good friends over at PF Chang's La Cantera because it is Wednesday. Wednesday was yesterday. But today they have the craft cocktail specials, $8.99 craft cocktail specials. We'll tell you about it on the other side. This is our love to PF Chang's La Cantera. Go say hi to Sean Quintero out there.
PF Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang's spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of PF Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. PF Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Yeah, our good friend Sean Quintero is one of the big wigs out there, does a fantastic job. The hospitality over there is amazing. I'm a really big fan of PF Chang's La Cantera. Again, if you want to go there for the bar, you can go hang out at the bar, and they have the happy hour specials out there. If you want to go out there, just pick it up. They have parking spots in front of PF Chang's La Cantera. Just look at that parking lot that has the Nordstrom side. It's right there, right in the very front. PF Chang's pickup spots. Go over there. You can also order their food from Uber Eats, from Postmates, wherever you get your food delivery from. And then there's the $8.99 craft cocktails. I don't know if you could take that to go, Joe, but if I could, probably be the lychee martini today. I'm feeling a little bit lychee martini-ish today, Joe.
Are you really? I don't mind. I mean, when you come over here on Monday, don't forget to bring me the can of lychee that Chica bought for me.
And Josh Avalar on our chat, sponsored by PF Chang's La Cantera, says, if she's a little thicker, buy her a pot sticker. Always remember. If she's really nice, get her some fried rice.
So you try the $8.99 signature cocktail.
If she really knows how, get her some Kung Pao.
Oh God, there's some pepper steak, some prawns from over there at PF Chang's, man. I tried the pepper steak, the prawns. I think Sean brought us I think it was shrimp with rice that was really good as well. And then to top it all off, he brought us the butter cake, and that was me hanging out with my boy Jonas Clark. He's one of my best friends, and I took him over there to PF Chang's. And he didn't pay for nothing. I took care of it, and we just had a good time. We were drinking quite a bit, though. It was a full day of me drinking. It was a good time.
Very cool, man. Yeah, it's a great place, man. Hey, I was looking at, and by the way, Joe, I'm gonna need to cut the show off about 10 minutes early today because
Yeah.
of my dental procedure. Um, I was looking at an article today, Joe, where they were talking about the best and worst hires in the NFL for the past 5 years, according to ESPN. They ranked them 1 through 37. Number one, Joe, they had Dan Campbell going to the Detroit Lions, saying that the franchise was trash before he got there. And
Yeah.
at the very least, they're either in the playoffs or knocking on the door to the playoffs. Number two, they had Nick Sirianni of the Eagles, won a Super Bowl, took him to another one. Mike McDonald, the Seattle Seahawks, number three. Mike Vrabel for the Patriots, going to the Super Bowl this year at number four. Number five, you had DeMeco Ryans of the Houston Texans. Sean Payton, number six, going to the Broncos. Where do you think Schottenheimer ended up for this ranking of 1 through 37?
Probably near the bottom.
Midway, lower than midway. Number 21 out of 37. As
Well,
a
you gotta
Cowboy fan, do you think Cowboy fans look too kindly on Brian Schottenheimer more than what he is? Or is the rest of the country missing out on what he's bringing culture-wise to the team?
I think he's a decent enough coach for the Cowboys. Now, the thing is that he's not going to get the respect because he's early on in his career. You know, this is first year coaching. In order to earn the respect from your peers, you got to go out there and you got to win. And what happened this year? They didn't win very much, Mike. They looked pretty lost on defense. Offense was clicking, man. It's that defense was just horrible. Now, if they can go ahead and get a balanced attack on both ends, Schottenheimer out there, I do like his play calling. I like that he calls gutsy plays. He's not afraid to take chances. And that's something that was sorely missed. But the verdict's still out. You know, if he can go ahead and turn the team around, he can get them into a wild card or a playoff and they can actually win. They're going to be Mira Shadi.
Well, we saw the Cowboys go after a 34-year-old for defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And that got me excited for the Cowboys because, you know, you need to have an injection of youth. And when Cooper DeJean, one of the star defensive players for the Eagles, and other Eagle players come out and said, man, the Cowboys got a good one. And they're the ones under him. I thought to myself, that was a great pickup. The Cowboys went outside of their ranks, went outside of former players, went outside of this player used to play for the Cowboys, went outside of they're from Dallas. Look at the Pittsburgh Steelers right now, getting Mike McCarthy as head coach. Mike McCarthy is from Pittsburgh. They literally went with a Pittsburgh guy. Welcome home. That is his home.
You know what? They're going to be laden in mediocrity now.
Yeah.
You know, he ain't the guy, dude. You know what's funny to me? He's so fake, bro. He's out here getting emotional. Let's hear what he had to say real quick, because this guy's full of it, dude. Full of it.
Thank you, Art. I think I thought at least be able to get started. You know, oftentimes coaches and players, you know, you put on new team colors, and it takes a minute to feel comfortable in those new colors. But to be blessed beyond any measure, one day to put on the colors you wore since you brought home.
Come on, Mike. No mames. No mames. Did he go and spend the night over there with the owner too? Did he spend the night at his house like he did with Jerry? Like, come on, Mike. Like,
why y'all mad?
He's full of crap, dude. You talk about an ass kisser, man. Come on.
I don't know why you're all mad, dog.
Dude, he's just playing it up for the crowd, bro. You're that emotional coming back home. No mames, way.
It's a weird take because not a weird take. Weird response by the Eagles the Steelers to move on from Mike Tomlin rather, and go to Mike McCarthy because what the Steelers have done is hire young guys from Knox to Knoll to Cower to Tomlin. It's always been about young coaches. McCarthy's in his 60s. And right now he's looking at bringing back Aaron Rodgers. We thought we saw the end of Aaron Rodgers. We thought that pick six was the end of Aaron Rodgers, and now he's trying to get Aaron Rodgers back. Come on, man.
What are they
That's
going to
gonna be
offer
another
him?
nine win season. This is what we talked about when it came to the Cowboys yesterday, Joe. There's only so much juice you can squeeze out of this, right?
Yeah.
You can't squeeze more than 9 or 10 wins out of Aaron Rodgers anymore.
Yeah.
And you can only squeeze so many wins out of the Cowboys when they're paying a quarterback and 2 receivers $130 million combined. There's only so much you can squeeze out of that. And it's just the math doesn't shake out. And it's these teams that refuse to bottom out because the Steelers have been making the playoffs or double-digit victories for like the last 20 years running, like the Spurs when the Spurs were running off 50-win seasons like crazy.
Yeah.
That's where they're at. They don't want to bottom out.
They about to.
They're going to be forced to at some point. Just the Father Time will force them to do that when it comes to it all. Let's give some love to our good friends over at Hard Rock Cafe, downtown Riverwalk, San Antonio, baby. They do a fantastic job for lunch and dinner.
The Hard Rock Cafe, San Antonio is Riverwalk dining at its best. With great scenic views along with its amazing collection of rock memorabilia, there is something for everyone. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $8 and $10 appetizers, $5 domestic grabs, and $6 craft import grabs at the bar only. Try some of the Hard Rock Cafe's legendary steak burgers, or my personal favorite, such as the grilled salmon or baby back ribs. Make sure to visit the third level and enjoy the DJ as you take in the city skyline. The Hard Rock Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Again, you can get drinks out there. Dude, the burgers look amazing over at Hard Rock Cafe, San Antonio. Again, you don't always have to go to the Pearl, man. If you want to go hang out downtown, go to the Riverwalk, go hang out at Hard Rock Cafe, San Antonio. Tell them that the Area 210 podcast brought you there. They do a fantastic job. And Joe, the Grammy Awards, when are the Grammy Awards? Is that tonight?
Sunday, man. I believe they're going to be
Sunday. That's right. It's on the weekend. I hear Taylor Swift's not going to be there. Boo-hoo. Taylor Swift, man. Those text messages that came out the other day about Blake Lively, brutal, man. Brutal. Blake Lively, I knew she was a snake, man. I knew Blake Lively was a snake. I didn't think that she would take down Taylor Swift with her. But Blake Lively's a snake, and that whole Justin Baldoni thing. I'm not saying that he was on the up and up. But what I am saying is those text messages make her look bad. They make her look manipulative. But the Grammys are coming out. And I wonder if they're going to be all political about it again, about what's going on with ICE and whatnot these days, or are they just going to just have a performance and have a show? I think at this point, the country just wants to just watch them perform.
I heard that they were going to have Justin Bieber perform, and he hasn't been out there in the public eye for quite some time.
I heard that too, man. I heard that too. Here's what's going to happen. Kendrick Lamar is going to win everything. I mean, Kendrick Lamar is going to win Best Song for Luther, and that song's he's going to win 3 Grammys. I'll give you the over under at 3 Grammys, Joe, for Kendrick Lamar this upcoming weekend. I'm interested in seeing if a country artist is actually going to win the country music category, because last year when it was Cowboy Carter by Beyonce, outright joke.
Yeah.
But Joe, people are asking the question about my tooth. They're saying, why don't you just get a crown? It's because the chip is on the bottom part of the tooth, not the top part of the tooth. That's the problem. It's kind of curved like it's normal up top, but it's indented on the bottom. So that could expose the root, and I could force me to have a root canal and all that stuff. So it's a chip on the bottom, wasn't a chip on the top. So little peek inside what we've got going on. Jason Garcia asking people to hit the like button, y'all. Please do. Please do.
Yeah, it looks like one of our friends over here, I think it was Matt Gomez, sent something over here in the media share, so we'll share it. He's sharing the possible. I guess these are the mock-ups of the scarves that they're going to be having. FTC des 210, de San Anto, for this upcoming season is going to be kicking off in March at the SAFC. So you're going to go ahead and support the fellas here. Go to the SAFC tailgates under the bridge right across the street from the stadium. And I know that they're going to have opening day coming up here. I believe he said it was going to be March 7th. So if you're free that day, maybe you go out there and have some free booze, some free beer, and some food and good fellowship with the fellas out there. They like talking sports and everything. It's not just soccer, man. They talk everything, football, basketball, you name it. Good people, good laughs, good food. And then you go across the stadium and you get to see the game. It's a perfect night, man.
Awesome. Awesome. By the way, I was reading an article earlier today, and I found it to be funny because I thought it was nonsense, and then I went back and I like double checked it, like I fact checked it. It was true. Did you know that there's 2 old songs that are on the top 20 right now in the music charts? So you have the Billboard music charts, which is a bunch of nonsense, by the way, because the Billboard music charts, you have a lot of there's a lot of politics involved in the Billboard music charts, right? But when
Yeah.
it comes to the Spotify top 25 list, it's one of the most streamed songs right now for this week. And 2 of those songs in the top 20, Joe, are decades old. What is up with that? So, in the top 20 right now is Every Breath You Take by the Police, and also the song Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls are
God.
both in the top 20 this week in number of streams. That's pretty badass, Joe. And in fact,
Huh.
you could be argued that Iris is more popular now than it was in the late 90s. Late 90s was a very big hit, but it's now a generational song, Joe. It's a song that
I wonder if
um,
TikTok has something to do with it, because you know how some of these old songs, these classics, get second life on social media, especially with the younger crowd now.
yeah, they were saying that Every Breath You Take, I believe, is getting second life because of Stranger Things, and that TikTok is because of Iris. And people have been sharing that song and reliving that song. Those are time, like, as Fateless says, Fate Killer says that those are time.
Timeless.
And Fate Killer is talking about how Iris was also in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
It was, and it's a generational song, and it's weird because you don't know which songs are going to be that way. I know that Smashing Pumpkins are getting a big revival. Counting Crows are another band from the 90s and early 2000s.
You know why
younger
Smashing
people get
Pumpkins is getting a
generational.
revival now?
Well, because Billy Corgan's everywhere.
No, because he did a song with Youngblood, the singer
Oh, okay.
Youngblood, and he
Yeah.
came out on their video, and Youngblood has a popular song, so they went ahead and kind of did a video. They reshot the video
Yeah.
with the Smashing Pumpkins in there, kind of singing, as well with Youngblood, and I guess now a younger generation got introduced to them, and now Smashing Pumpkins are getting popular again.
Yeah, Youngblood had a song with Halsey a few years ago called
Yeah.
11 Seconds Away. That's a really good song. That's a good song.
My kids make fun of me because they're like, "Dad, you listen to Youngblood?" I said, "I like the guy's music, man. Like, he might look like hell, but the brother can sing."
Yeah. Tex-Mex Frank asking the question, was Area 210 Jam nominated? Area 210. Okay, so here's the thing. How do we get nominated for things like the current stuff?
Yeah.
San Antonio Current, when they have like their best of San Antonio.
You
How
have
do
to
we
have
get
somebody
nominated for that?
nominate you. You gotta have somebody nominate your show.
Why are we being
and put
nominated
in the
then?
podcast.
Dude,
It's
all
all
listeners-
rigged, Mike.
It's all rigged.
It's all rigged. The same people win every year. Other people have tried to go ahead and win, but they never do. I think
Yeah.
even Mike Taylor had put his name in the hat a couple of times as well, from in the building and whatnot. But they always give it to somebody else, somebody that like has nothing to do with like sports or anything. It's a totally different podcast. But I think now they have genres of podcasts like sports and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. To me, it just seems rigged. Why don't we do something like that? Why don't we have people, throw something to us and be like, let's us nominate the best podcast here in San
Mhm.
Antonio?
Yeah.
What are y'all listening to? That's
There
local?
are awards for podcasting, and there are segments that we've done that have been award worthy. It's funny because they have like these radio awards and all that stuff. I think we have a really good show, Joe. I think
Get
we do.
Puro
It's
to
funny.
nominate you. We haven't had Puro on in a while, bro.
Okay, so Puro, Michael Carlos, if you're listening, dude, all love to you, by the way. He does these TikToks, and he was in front of some city hall or court building the other day. He was
Yeah.
wearing a wild jacket, man. It was wild. I kind of want to share that with you before we leave. Let me see if I can find it on TikTok. But
Oh,
Carlos, I mean, he's a character, man, and he's been to our stuff and he's given us some publicity over the years. But he does a very
both
good
good
job.
and bad. Usually it's over something you've been saying, Mike, like when you called San Antonio a poor city. But he says, is he wrong? You know,
Let's go to the let's go to these independent studies. Okay. So I found it, Joe. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
yeah, send it via the media share. I'll get it.
Okay, dude, this is great. Y'all gonna enjoy this here.
We should get Piero on to talk San Antonio Spurs basketball.
Well, I want to talk to him about this jacket that he's wearing. What's going on with this outfit here? I just sent it to you right now.
Gotcha. Let's see it here. Let's take a look at it. Oh God, dude. Piero, what are you doing, bro?
Puro. Puro, what are you doing, Puro?
Oh
God. My God, look at that outfit.
He's gonna show up to the stock show and rodeo wearing that, man.
Looking like Bizarro Keldon Johnson.
That's like a hipster outfit. That's a hipster outfit. It's
Is that a
hipster
hipster
cowboy,
outfit?
man. Come on, man. That's Puro cowboy right there.
Couldn't play without
Puro
the audio.
cowboy.
Couldn't play without the audio if you can. I just want to see what it looks like here. There you go. Walking into the camera. You know it's on a tripod, right?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know, man. I kind of dig it. I think I would dig it more without the scarf. It becomes hipster with the scarf, right? Without the scarf, it's just the jacket, just the jeans and the hat. Is that his hat?
I don't know where he got it from, dude.
Josh Avalar says looks like a cheesy influencer at South by Southwest. Sam Salinas says Brokeback Urban. Tony Dallas says Landman.
You have to have him on, dude. Explain yourself, Carlos.
This was in front of
bro.
This was in Alamo Heights too, man. He made his way to Alamo Heights. I didn't think the Current was allowed there, but
he didn't go to Boot Barn. Burlington clearance section. He was out there with Gina. He was out there shopping with Gina.
Oh, that's hysterical, dude. That's hysterical.
God.
Puro's one of us. One of us.
Puro. Let's get him back on the show, Mike. I want to talk with him. He's funny, dude.
We'll make it happen. Well, brother, I gotta let you go. Let's pour one out for that tooth in the back. Wish me luck. I'm not looking forward to this, by the way. And the fact that the procedure is going to be there with Chica in the room.
What are you going to do with the tooth?
We're going to take intimacy to a whole new level.
God.
In about an hour.
What are you going to do with the tooth, though, man? Are you going to save it?
No, I told her I don't even want to see it. And she goes,
What?
well, she goes, you do know that's your biggest tooth. I'm like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see this like big, massive, dinosaur tooth. I don't
Put it in
that.
a jar or something. Show it on the show.
Mario says, make sure that she holds your hand. I'm going to be filling up, dude. Just going towards leg.
You're going to be knocked the hell out. Are they going to put you under? Like, are they going to give you laughing gas or just going to numb it?
They're going to give me a shot, which they say it's going to hurt, but it's going to numb me up. And because it's not loose, it just has a hole. Like really, it looks like my tooth looks like a C. Like not all the way, but it's like it's kind of like curved like that. There's a hole, and it's exposing. It might expose the root. So it's not like something I can just cap on top, man. It's gross. Tooth Fairy role play. Kind of like that. Just get our Tinkerbell outfit.
Keep the tooth, put it underneath your pillow, and tell Chica, hey, I better see a hundy underneath that pillow in the morning.
The hundy might be coming out of my own paycheck when it's all said and done.
Jeez, man. All right, man. I know you got to get going, bro.
All right, brother. I'll let you go, man.
All right. We'll see you boys tomorrow. Take care. Peace.